And we're back. It's time for Act 3 and 4. We've got a relatively kind of spicy path ahead, I think.
Mm-hmm.
As well as the Awakened one.
So, the more I play, the more difficult Act 3 pathing becomes for me. And the reason is, having played with me a lot, that I tend to think that when you can, you take fights, right? Fights are guaranteed value. See cards in elites, get relics, get potions, get money. And question marks are incredibly variable. Betting your whole build on them is a quick path towards not having a deck. But we do have a deck, and the deck is not bad. And Act 3 events are very high potential, with 2 Omamori in particular, right? Omamori unused. So I'm looking at this right side path, and I'm wondering if this is the kind of run where we go triple early, question mark. I don't know.
Love it.
You love it?
I interestingly, the reason I love it is not because of the events. It's because of the possibility of an early merchant to supplement the late merchant that we get if we do take the same path and try and go aggressive near the end. And we have money. I'm looking either for, a guaranteed power in each of them. Capacitor's still useful. Defragment's still really good. Storm, I don't know. Probably not. But
we want it.
Turbo as well, like possibilities of buying things in those shops.
I mean, dreams of Heat Sink's Mummified Hand, right? Like dreams of. Okay, I think I like it. There are cards that we'd like to see, but we also want removals, and that could be a way to get it. Biased Cog makes to where our orb is blocking for enough that we full block on this turn, even if we go Storm, Biased Cog.
7, 6, 13, and then so we just lose the buffer.
Yeah,
cool.
And I think that's okay. That's the most aggressive path, and I think that we will be rewarded for aggression in this fight.
Yes, especially because we've got both of the storms out now. As we play every other power in here, we're just going to be going off.
Do we
buffer? Just buffer and hard go through it?
Yeah, I think so. I was trying to see if there was a way to play Echo, but I don't see it.
I don't want to skim just in case we draw a defrag.
Agree.
Brrr. God, the speculative shop I have in my mind is so good. I am just waiting for it to turn up.
I know shop that will be.
Oh, I know it's out there. I summoned the inserter into existence. I know this is out there.
True.
Yeah, just gonna... Huh. Is there any consideration for wanting to try and leave the inserter?
Set up inserter.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not enough energy, I don't think.
Yeah, I think it's just Skippy, right? In Nuclear Battery World, maybe?
Hey, it's the shop.
Hi.
Hologram is super useful for us. It's more consistency on pulling back the buffer, as well as more consistency on pulling back the bias cognition on the turns that we need it, I think. And
Hologram
turbo,
looks like
obviously.
turbo.
Yeah, you're
sorry.
like
turbo to me.
How about hologram cut a card that isn't turbo? Like get defend, obviously.
Yeah. I kind of like buying a Gambler's Brew here, too.
Honestly, my big reason I don't want to do that is just because I want to make sure that by the time we get here,
we have enough for an uncommon
or
relic.
Possibly here, we have. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. Uncommon relics are going to be on the order of what, 230, 220.
Let's just quickly do that one because that always happens.
And with one fight, that's 15 gold. So we're most of the time, if we get a shop in 3 floors, most of the time we can't afford to get an uncommon relic, and sometimes we can very afford it.
Yeah.
And that's the time when we become rich. So there is some consideration here for getting since that's out of reach anyway, getting guaranteed value of some kind. But the Gambler's Brew is admittedly, that's like heart speculative. Gambler's Brew is something that I pick up to give us an ounce more consistency for the heart fight. That's really what it's for. So I can be dissuaded for sure.
I think we have enough, like we have two at least more guaranteed shops. I think we don't do that yet.
Yeah. Okay, let's hold out. Did you ever consider the war paint there?
I was actually considering the war paint, but the possibility it hits a defend, auto shields, or the other defend dissuaded me. I was on board. Actually, the glaciers would also be bad hits. Like the only thing I really want in this deck upgraded in terms of the skills are the 2 holograms in the skim. I don't even care about the darkness or the zap.
I had this exact same thing happen to me about a week ago, which was choosing to float money and then being offered to buy Red Mask. For what it's worth, 150 gold is a very reasonable price to pay there, because that's the cost of a common relic. And if you believe that Red Mask is worth a common relic, which I think is very defensible, then it could be worth the cost. But the opportunity cost of losing money at this phase, it's really high, right?
Yes.
So I end up skipping a lot if I've got more than 50 or so gold.
Another one?
What about the rebound? Does it ever rebound?
So rebound... What does rebound accomplish better than hologram?
Rebounding the hologram. They need upgrades if we're going to do that.
So
we don't get a lot of
rebound
upgrades,
of the
right?
hologram in effect gives us 1 more hologram in the deck, right?
Right. But it's also an attack, which is front-loaded damage, but we already have front-loaded damage where we need it. Okay, you're right. It's hologram. Yeah. Rebound is an attack for orange pellets too. We've done it.
We're so rich! Can it really be this easy?
All of our problems have been bought away.
All right, sorry, Teak. I'm going to have to stop this series. I need to go and make a YouTube informational. I'm going to be like, all right, here's how you get rich. Guys, all you got to do, go to floor 4 on the Beyond, right? Go to floor 4 on the Beyond, and I am rich. Okay, guys? That's all you need to know. Buy my book.
Look at my books. Look at my whiteboard. I didn't have to work for this. I only sat at my computer. This one trick in this 1 hour long advertisement. This one quick trick. I'm not going to tell you what the trick is because there's no real trick. I need your money is the trick. You give me your money and you will be rich.
What is this hand?
That's incredible. We've got to play the Echo, right? So the question is, what else are we playing? Is it all of the powers?
Is it possibly not? Is it possibly Storm, Echo, Consume?
Love it.
I just worry about the high HE of the...
We can, do you want to get really rough with the Giant Head?
Sure.
We can outscale Giant Head's damage. Giant Head's damage does cap. This deck can produce so much block that the Giant Head cannot touch us.
Love it. Let's do it.
It's beginning.
We only fill 1 orb slot with each of these, so we will actually full block as well.
Yep.
It's perfect.
It's happening very quickly. Oh my god, with the...
What is this? What is this? You know what? So did you play when the... I forget the timeline, I apologize, but were you playing when Deflect was in beta?
No, I don't think so.
Right.
I played Defect. I played Defect full release.
So there was a card in Defect on release. It was 0 cost. It was an attack for 5 upgrades to 7 damage. It was called Axe Kick. It also evoked your front orb.
Yep. I remember hearing about this.
Seems
pretty strong.
God, I wish I had it right now. I don't think I valued it at the time. You don't know what you got until it's gone. They paved paradise and they put up a recursion. Recursion?
But Defect, in fairness, Defect had a lot of very broken things during beta, right? I was playing during Defect beta, but I wasn't playing Defect during Defect beta. I was not on. Rather, I said that weirdly. I just wasn't playing beta at the time. I was only playing full release. Oh no, we've accidentally won. Perhaps.
I do apologize, but it was becoming inevitable.
Yeah, there was no way to avoid the victory, I think. I agree.
That's just 2 extra orbs.
Yeah. Looks strong. Sure.
This is also some AoE. Do we want to consider the Blizzard? I did say we would do it.
It doesn't matter anymore. We've gotten to the point to where it doesn't matter. We're quite good at killing the things. Do you ever want to recall here? Do you ever recall here? I'm kind of into it.
Possibility of wanting to rest before the boss?
rest before the boss or just upgrade like the multicast we pick up or something weird.
I am glad that you suggested this because I wouldn't have looked to see whether there was a rest in the later half of the act. And if I took like too many bops in these fights, I'd have been really sad about it recalling here.
Yeah.
You're right. Let's recall.
Because I think that hologram doesn't really crave an upgrade for hallway fights. That's really only a useful upgrade in boss fights. And even there, it's like you can defend not having it, right?
Mm-hmm. This one we go Storm Bias Cognition, right? 300 HP, we should be able to.
I think so, especially based on that last fight. Granted, that last fight we had Echo Form live on turn 1, and that is a huge amount of our ability to dish out the damage, but...
Definitely true.
We're gonna get there.
Ooh.
Yo, we're gonna get there, dude. Yes.
For me? Thank you. I can even... Giant defend, and then we get one back as well.
You full blocked it. That's incredible. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Buy something.
Oh, we're gonna Echo Form, right?
Yeah.
Play it all. Why wait when you can
Not instead.
not instead? Just do it.
Still has a place in the
Yeah,
deck
just
is the
do it.
thing.
This is science at this point. The question is there a limit to the number of defrags that I can put into my deck? And the answer is yes, but is there a limit of the defrags we can put into this deck with this set of relics? And I think the answer may be no.
Especially,
I think we would just keep taking them.
Especially because we just keep blocking off of them, right? Like, which is the big problem usually, whether or not you'll block. Hey, this turn sucks.
Yeah, it is. It's a little rough.
Auto Shields Glacier, I'm even thinking of.
Yes, we should just Auto Shields Glacier, I agree. And the reason is that we can fairly consistently outscale the max damage in this fight. It will never be more than 45 other than burns. We've got buffer for this turn, right?
Double defrag, just wait.
Yeah. Yeah. Double defrag. We're going to be there soon.
We're getting there. You're right.
Mm-hmm. And then it's just a waiting game. Do we throw out the one darkness here?
Like start
defrag
getting it
darkness?
built.
Yeah, because that's just a way to get the kill eventually. So I feel we're already, we've already full blocked, right?
Yeah.
We're there.
I think you're right.
We can no longer take damage unless burns.
Hollow back consume.
Now we're really not taking damage. In a very similar situation on a Watcher run, where I had Strange Spoon and Wish, I think this was back when Deva Form also produced like ridiculous scaling block or whatever.
Oh yeah, the
like,
plated armor that got bigger
like
every
plated
turn.
armor. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I sat in the Nemesis fight, I think it was 48 minutes. Because the deck at some point had something like 300 cards from all the burns that had been added. But Wish was cycling back because of Strange Spoon.
Mm-hmm.
I think I may have even had multiple Wish, and maybe I had played them with Omniscience, or it was a very wild situation. And so the goal was, how much money can I farm off of this Nemesis?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer actually eventually became, I'm just going to go ahead and win now. I just stopped. It was like 48 minutes, and it was like, this is enough. This is enough.
So that's a 50-50 every time, and it was one Wish in your deck?
It was.
How much money
I think it may have been
walk out
2
with?
wishes.
Oh, okay.
And the expected play on 2 wishes is 4, just based on some Infinite Series stuff. But sometimes it will be quite a bit more than that, right? Yeah, I ended up walking out with, like 150 gold or something. It was taking exponentially longer to play them because I kept getting more burns.
Yep.
So it was like, I have to spend, with a 200 card deck, that means you're spending 40 turns to draw back to your wish or whatever. Started to become a little obnoxious.
Mm-hmm. Hey, so this Dark Orb is the size of the Nemesis at the moment.
It's unassuming, but he's strong.
Extremely strong.
There it is. That is such a snap pick.
Oh my god!
Pick. I think that's pretty good too.
Hey,
Proposal
Cauldron?
Yeah.
Focus,
Okay.
obviously. Block, probably. First turn, maybe.
We can certainly drop Smoke Bomb. And I think we can drop Explosive, too. And I feel pretty okay about dropping the Flex Potion. Although there's a world to where Orange Pellets makes that better than Strength. But I feel like we can drop... I think we can take Focus Pot, Essence of Darkness, which is, I think, one of the best in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then the question is, do we ever consider, like, dropping one of the 3 potions here to take an Attack Pot to be better at killing the Cultist or something?
I think so, but I think what it is we drop... not Fear. We drop Strength and we drop the Flex. We take the Block and we take the Attack. We use Fear Attack to possibly help us take down the Cultists, but the Block Potion is here so we can save the buffer on the early turns where we're, like, blocked out.
Okay, I quite like that path. Okay. And we're taking Captain's Wheel, too?
Yeah.
I think so.
Cut a defend.
These poor defends, man. They just want to fit in.
Huh.
What about that potion of capacity? What about more focus potions?
Yeah, exactly. Do we like give up? Because, like, we do have a Seek in the deck, and we have an Electrodynamics. We're a 34 card deck, but we do have a lot of draw as well.
This deck, if we can get Echo Form down against Awakened one, we will have so much focus. Right? With all the defragments, we're going to have 9 orb slots that are all full of Frost. We can way outscale the block in that fight.
I want to get the Fear and Attack out for those 2 then.
Okay. Let's do it. I think we're strong enough. And
Agreed.
still plenty of money for a solid Act 3 shop.
Mm-hmm.
Act 4.
Very
Act
little
next.
we can't afford. Based on the last one, should we go biased? It's up against defrag, though.
I feel like we could. I think we should just play this defrag, but I really do feel like we could, right?
I'm happy with the safety play here.
The fact that our front-loaded damage is potentially 500 is a pretty good indicator as to how powerful the deck can be. But it makes a huge difference whether or not we get Echo Form.
Now it's time for the bias cognition.
Yeah. It makes a huge difference whether or not our White Noise makes creative AI, too. That's been a big thing in a few fights.
God, I am sad we didn't see a creative AI, but I am glad that we still saw creative AI, you know?
Yeah, agreed. We seem to be doing damage.
I'm not even focused on the Echo Form whatsoever. I just...
You certainly don't need to be. Now we can, if we want it.
Yeah, sure, let's do it. Hollow back the Echo. Literally just to have another power to play here is my big... There we go. Got him.
Boop.
Oh no, I could have killed him with loot. So the reason I don't want Reboot is because if we get it halfway through the first cycle, what are we doing with, like, getting a deck that is half filled with, like, diluted, rather?
If we were much earlier in the run, I'd take Reboot because it's not too big of a cost, and occasionally it's plus 10 max HP. But we're past that point. Boom. Oh, this run is just joyful. And to think that there was a world. We got a bottled tornado. There's a world where we have a heat sinks that's bottled, and a further world to where we have mummified hand. And then we have the only deck which is in contention with Dead Branch Corruption as most joyful.
Hey, it may still happen.
It could still happen. It's already so joyful. So to imagine even more joy is... It's almost distressing.
It almost boggles the mind.
Yeah. So I think we avoid the storms. I think we still are careful not to play those. I like Loop Glacier here a lot, yeah. I think that's quite good.
Just seeing if there's any other consideration to make. So that would be... not, right? It's 12?
Yeah, we just lose our buffer, but that feels okay. Because once we get a little focus online, we're there. And we can afford to take some damage here, too.
14 as well. I always forget the extra 2.
It's easy to do.
So
we have Seek. We're
Seek
set up.
Turbo, buffer. So exactly which powers are we playing? Because, like, defrags want to go out, but obviously Echo Form Electrodynamics also want to go out.
I really like Echo Electro here.
Yeah.
I really like Echo Electro because we don't want to double Electro, but I agree with you that it's worth playing just to push down Cultist. And then we're set up to start doubling Frost. And we're going to need, or rather doubling Focus for the Frost, right?
Yes.
And we're certainly going to want to.
The question here is the possibility of
Hologram.
using Hologram to get back the turbo so we can play buffer.
Skim. I like Hologram for turbo. For we could do some math here. I don't think we need to though, right? I like it. I think we should Hologram turbo buffer. Yeah, I think that's good. Part of me is tempted to sit and math it out and figure out how much the damage will be, but I really don't think we need to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's too greedy. But on one strength, Woke Bloke, we're about to be so far ahead of what this fight can do. What's this white noise having it?
Storm. Do we play the defrag by itself or hold off?
Does it get us over a damage threshold? 612, 1824. We're at 46 block right now. 10, 20, 26 left. If we play another defrag, it makes a difference. And we're about to start scaling more with inserter and consume and stuff. We should play this defrag. Yeah. Because we'll go infinite with consume, right?
All right.
Infinite block is what I mean to say.
Yep.
This turn hurts. This turn hurts pretty bad. But
it's not great, but it is the last bad turn we are going to have.
Mm-hmm. Yep. From here, we just are going to be so far ahead.
Want to get a Darkness Orb just for the compile drivers?
Sure. I don't think we can pile driver this turn. I think we just strike something so that we get to double our last power too. Do we have one more power ahead, right?
Right.
No.
Yeah, we got a defrag and a consume
and
in
a
there.
consume, and double consume is pretty wild.
Okay.
I'm into playing the darkness. We might end up eating it, but whatever. Yeah. We have gone beyond the reach of our foes.
But do we end up eating it? So my pitch is double defrag, Glacier. We start moving the Dark Orb to the front. We're already hard blocked every turn. Then we let the Dark Orb sit on loop until we just blow up the enemy.
Yeah, I like it. You've got 13 strength there, Woke Bloke. That sure is a lot.
I'm terrified. I'm shaking in my boots.
19 by 4. That's almost 80 damage.
Ooh.
It
came back.
Yeah, it's time.
Then push forward as many orbs as we can. Yeah, this is going to be great. The Dark Orb is going to be ready for the second form of the Awakened one now.
Mm-hmm. Now, notably, we do not full block the ×4 right now. If we're not looping a Frost Orb, we're not there. But it's also not going to matter. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Now we just click every power, right? Yeah. I'm gonna get you.
Get him. Oh, wait, hang on. Any powers back here? No.
Oh, God.
Any ahead of it? Oh, there are ones ahead of us. Okay, is there a seek back here or a draw or anything like that? Okay, there's turbo, so hang on. I could get turbo and... No, I can't get draw. Hang on. No, I can get
compile driver.
Okay.
Where?
Compile. Turbo. Turbo compile. Ow. Fine, I'll just settle for murdering my enemy.
I guess I'll win. 230 block on a turn where we had only one Frost Orb, basically. Might be enough.
I just don't know. I just don't know if we're going to do any well against the Heart. Yeah, I'm actually a little concerned about the Spire, Shield, and Spear.
We're going to play Bias Cog on turn 1 and blow them up. Do you think
Calipers
would be good here?
We do have proof against that. Would Calipers be good here? Calipers would be good here.
Calipers almost feels like overkill in this run.
Yes. Extremely. But I do want to get to just 999 block, you know? Wow.
Huh. Well, sometimes you don't get any of the shop relics that you imagined.
Yeah,
and we don't have any X costs. No reinforced body, no multicast. Too bad. It's a bit of a whiff. But not everything is a whiff here. A removal is certainly not a whiff. And I'm tempted. I'm looking at our potions and I'm wondering if one of them could come a weak pot.
Play on the first turn for the first cycle while we're still sitting up against the Heart.
Yeah, or I mean turn 2 also, right? And just depending on what we get. I
block
feel
for it.
like that might be acceptable. Yeah.
I'm happy with that. Honestly, like if this was a Chrysalis, at least I would still be like, okay, let's take a Chrysalis maybe just for some fun. But like none of this appeals to me at all.
We might as well take Nunchaku then. There's no sense in it's like it may proc one time and then we will have bought an energy.
You want to take a Flash of Steel for 1/10 of an energy?
Take a Flash of Steel because they're gonna give us a kunai or something weird. And we're gonna get 2 dexterity out of it.
Perfect.
Sure. Love it.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
It begins.
Here we go.
Turn 2 Electro. Actually, we need more block turn 2, right?
Oh god, that's not what we were looking for. We can get defrag, which is helpful, but that would be 8, 8, 6 for 16, 22. So we would block this and then we would just take 30.
I am also very willing to use a potion in this fight if it saves us 10 or 20 life. Very willing.
But would it?
Because we don't need all these potions. Yeah, that's the question, right? Artifact keeps us from getting weak value, which is too bad. Hologram. What's behind us again? Do we have any funky hologram plays? Hologram.
Just defrag.
Well, Compile Driver is a real card.
While it is, spending the hologram and compile driver without then we are hoping for one of the 2 cards we draw to be a turbo and the other card to be impactful.
Right. And then we have a chance of drawing Electro and not getting to play it or something awkward. Doesn't look like we have many outs here to avoid damage, does it? In that case, is it ever just play Echo Form? No, because then we take 10 more damage.
Yeah, that's 10 extra.
Ooh, what about Echo Focus Pot? That does it.
Okay.
I would be totally down to use 1 Focus Pot in this fight.
Yep.
To set up more safely from here. Especially with this much hemorrhaging already. We want to be able to play our next turn and just close.
Let's buffer, loop, defrag. I mean, obviously, buffer, just like buffer, defrag, turn around. If we do the buffer, we do it for 4 and then just like ignore the Spire shield effectively.
Feels pretty good. Come on, Electro. Where you at?
God, are we even going to need it?
It's not going to matter, right? We've just won.
No.
But we'll play it anyway.
You didn't turn up when I wanted you. I don't care about you now.
Still relevant. Okay, we'll make 1 spot, but in the back. Oh, God. You can't ride shotgun with me, Electro. Feels skippy. Feels real skippy.
Yeah.
Okay, it's our time.
We're being real skippy Longstockings here at the very end of the game. It's a good time, though. Hey. All right. Extra capacity, obviously. Echo Form we're going to miss out on, but we can pull it back with other stuff.
I think we should play it on turn 1. Well, are we going to play any cards on this turn?
Lose the buffer?
That's the question. Yeah.
I think we need to.
Then it feels to me like we should play Echo.
Oh, God.
I know. And if we're going to do that...
Hey, here's the upside of Echo, right? We save the Centennial Puzzle for the next turn.
Yeah, true. 1 Echo, save Centennial, play Capacity, hold Echo of Darkness, I think. I think Essence of Darkness is going to be like a panic block for us.
Yep.
And also close damage at the end.
Oh, there's the 50.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
This is just Glacier Pass.
Double Glacier. Yeah, it's pretty good. We survive these turns.
Okay. Now we're okay.
Yeah.
Just had a little bit of nervousness, but it's fine.
We want to... Are we doubling defrag? Probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or are we doubling white noise? Is it ever white noise? Because of the capacity to make like creative AI or something?
do we need creative AI though? Or is like creative AI's best result giving us defragment 2 turns in a row, which we play? Like it does have other things that are better, yes, definitely. But like,
yeah, that's a pretty good point. We don't actually have mummified hands. It's just fun to play powers with Storm, and we didn't play Storm. I think you're right. Doubling defragment is like immediate, obvious, high upside.
Just generate that anyway. I also want to go for the skim first, so I can see like if we're pulling back any of the powers and playing them.
I agree. I think that skim looks juicy.
Flash of scale.
Still theoretically possible. Significantly less. Just loot buffer.
Seems great. Is there anything else we want to turbo?
Not really, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree. I think we've got our setup.
Mm-hmm. This is how we get to laugh at the heart.
Yeah. There it is. Oh my gosh. Is there something we can do double hologram?
We can, yeah. We can hollow back the turbo, then use the turbo, then hollow back the consume. No, won't be able to use it then. Hang on. No, wait, we will. We can play another consume this turn if we want
to. That's so bold. I love it. Yeah. Triple consume turn. That is just phenomenal.
I'm so glad we saw the consume, because it easily could have just not turned up.
Yeah. Okay. Now, eventually, I am told that we do have to kill this enemy.
Really? You sure we can't just...
We've got quite some time. I mean, we're already doing 36 damage a turn, and it's about to be 44 damage a turn.
You sure we can't just keep it company?
What if it was 48 damage a turn? Now we've got an Omega.
48 is useful.
What if it was even more damage a turn? You can totally just click this defrag for what it's worth.
Yeah, I know, but like we could pull out like the perfect 4 cards. And we could even pull out Burn, Void, and Wound just so we don't get them on later turns. Like,
hey, that's a pretty clever line.
It's too tricky, right? Just like do the good thing.
I think we can just do the good thing here. Sure. And then we can still seek. We could totally seek into another consume. If the spirit moves you.
Do we want to do that, or do we want to start cycling storms and going for damage? How do we want to generate our damage in this fight? Do we want to put a Darkness Orb up front?
I'm going to be honest with you.
It doesn't matter.
I don't think it matters from here. Even in the heart fight. As long as you are careful to make sure we're like looping some frost, you can do anything. And we're going to click the Essence of Darkness. I think the sky's the limit.
So here's a fun interaction. When this card is drawn, lose 1 energy. Seek says, put 2 cards from your draw pile into your hand. I lose no energy taking this void, and it ethereals at the end of the turn.
A brilliant interaction.
You're
also making 200 block.
It is a relevant thing to point out that draw and put into hand are different for the sake of things like Snekoi, which says gain confused. Confusion effect is when a card is drawn, randomize its cost. You bypass that with Seek. It's never drawn.
Hologram does the same, but from your discard.
Yep. Put
Any fetch. Yeah.
So just...
Do you want it? Here, tell me this. This is the real question.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Do you want to storm off against the heart? Do you want to build a fortress and continue to have Omega plus stealth every turn? Do you want to pass the turn several turns in a row and then play Essence of Darkness and finish the fight? Like, how do you want to win?
Because the deck is capable of doing so many things, the thing that excites me the most is using our final potion and then this just being an empty bar, like we used all of them. It's a very clean kind of situation, you know?
Yeah. Now, if you do that this turn, it is actually risky.
Oh yeah, we can't do it right now,
but we can do it like in 2 turns, and it'll give us the full block, and then we will win. And actually, having storms set up might slightly help with that, just because then we can more easily evoke the darkness. I attack the darkness.
Who you, Alan Wake?
Do you want a hologram and just play a consume? It's like not actually helping at this point. The
Yep.
slot is worth more. You can just pass the turn. You can. Oh my gosh, that's so much lightning. Oh wow.
It is a lot of damage. You know what? We have buffers for the next turn. No, but
4,
no.
2, 6, 15, 17. Next turn is 90 damage.
Yeah, exactly.
If you play this electrodynamics, well, hold up. Maybe we can do it. If you play this electrodynamics, we've got it's making 1, 2, 3 orbs by itself, and then another 2 more. Oh, we won't have any frost left.
I'm pretty certain we haven't used the Echo Form this turn, so it would be like extremely no frost.
But it would also be so much damage. And the heart cap right now on damage is 300.
Mhm.
So this electrodynamics is making 6, 8, 10 lightning right now. And the lightning is hitting for how much?
Hang on.
31.
So our game plan is to use the Essence of Darkness to evoke all of our lightning
Yes.
next turn for the kill.
Yes.
I love
That's
it.
right. That's right. This is a very dead heart.
Teak, what this needs is one more lightning.
Agreed.
Hey, and this time I'm actually gonna know it's Essence of Darkness when I click. No, play that first.
More. Break those buffers. Oh god, we don't
Oh,
click
no!
it fast. Click it fast. Click it. Set it free at
Oh,
least.
we used it in the fight.
GG, Rhapsody.
GG, Teak.
That was definitely one of those times to where it like I've done exactly what you did there so many times to where I'm still on I'm on the ladder. I've got to play carefully mode
Mhm.
and I just haven't yet fully realized that I'd already won. It definitely happens. It definitely happens. Oh, man.
You know what? So we did break the streak. We didn't break the streak of the ladder streak. We did break the streak of playing my rotating favorite character. But a streak we didn't break is me misplaying Essence of Darkness.
Didn't you play that one time thinking that it was a cultist potion and then
Yep.
suddenly we had a bunch of darkness? Oh, I have forgotten about that. We still won because we were so strong.
We did, but
Oh, man.
it was a moment of afterwards, did we just lose?
Did I throw?
Mhm.
Where's my frost? Yeah. GG, Rhapsody. What a glorious run.
GGT, couldn't agree more. Hey, Teak.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready.
I am thinking of starting a website with a couple of friends.
Okay.
Now, I've been working on I've been working with YouTube and Dailymotion for a while, so
Okay.
I've got a grounding in online video, but I think that there's a missing space in online video that could be fulfilled by so content that is occurring concurrent to the point at which people are seeing it. And there might be like a communication service that allows you to talk to the person who is creating said content at the time.
A synchronous video media service.
Yes!
Streaming video live.
That exactly. Oh my god, you're totally on board. So what I was thinking is my friend Justin TV and I were gonna work together and try and build a website.
Oh.
So-
Yeah, Justin. Gosh, have you talked to him recently?
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's 2012. Why wouldn't I?
Oh, okay. Well, then good. Then everything's in good shape.
Now, I don't know how long it's going to last for, and I don't know if it'll possibly give way to a company that ends up getting bought out by Amazon, but what I do know is this seems like a good idea, and I want to know, can I count on you to be in on the ground floor?
Well, I figure that if you make this website, it's just going to be someone live streaming themselves like sleeping and eating.
See,
And I get it.
So
but
I did think about that,
Yeah.
right? But we might have some sleep streams. We might have some people eating on streams. Streams, you said? I like it. It's good word for it.
Yeah, it's a nice quick way to describe. It's a streaming video. So, yeah.
Okay,
Stream.
I like it. Damn, You are
Can I
so
play video
well
games?
competent.
Do people do that on the internet?
Holy hell! I imagine you could actually. Oh,
Okay,
if
I'm in. Yeah.
now we are going to need to launch with people knowing some of the things that are going to be happening on this website, and you've sold me entirely on this video games over a streaming service kind of idea.
Yeah. I think reality TV is like dying. New reality TV is not called reality TV anymore, but it's still the same thing, except instead of watching people with like perms bicker with each other, we watch nerds play video games. It's just the wave of the future.
And Jersey Shore is really hot right now, so you're right. There's a proven path for people wanting to watch these kinds of content. We can supplant that industry effectively. What I ask of you is, I'm gonna have to release a press release like immediately to the whole public.
Right.
Could you just give me a little bit of like, I guess, copy about what you're proposing for your involvement on this website?
Okay, so I'm not very good at making whole platforms, you know. I mean, you need to like get a development team together and build some kind of interesting internal DSL that helps people describe how they bootstrap their microservices, and some kind of massive deployment of maybe thousands of nodes fully synchronous across the globe. That sounds hard. I don't know anything about that, like Kubernetes, and I'm not sure that I could write that kind of bootstrapping code. But I can play video games. So what I would propose is that you make this whole thing. It's going to be easy. You just get a quick, you know, angel grant of some millions of dollars, and you make this whole website, you roll it out and you build it. And when you've finished all the easy parts, I'll do the hard part, which is you provide me a URL. The URL is twitch.tv/sneakyteak. And on this location on the internet, this site, if you will, people can watch me using your service play video games live 6 days a week at 7 p.m. Central, except for Sundays, which are at noon.
That sounds perfect, except for one thing I have to say.
Oh?
The URL. So you said
Why would it be Twitch?
twitch.tv/sneakyteak. And I, unfortunately, have already gone and sought investors. I already got the angel investor. I've already filed for an ABN, and it's Justin.tv. So I think we might have to rebrand, because I do like Twitch.tv.
Right.
It sounds good. It rolls off the tongue.
It does. It sounds like the future.
Well,
I'm at an impasse.
I'm gonna look into actually doing the reworking of that, but I'll make sure that we have copy available for people to know that if they're looking for game stream content.
I feel like I've flubbed this though. Am I out because did I miss?
No, I think you pitched a better idea, and unfortunately we are going to have to find a way to pivot to it in the future. So we're gonna have to start out as Justin.tv for a little bit of time. But then
I guess I said that I didn't know anything about, you know, Kubernetes or whatever, but maybe I do. So I'll go do that for a few years.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that that copy is available for everyone to know that they can find game streamed content by you at twitch.tv/sneakyteak, which would be linked in the description down below at such a time it becomes available. Until then, though, my name is Rhapsody. His name's Sneaky Teak. This has been The Ladder Streak. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next week.